And so we continue our ascent with Psalm 121 today. A psalm that for many is probably quite familiar. It's one that I've read and shared with people through many difficult times and periods of life. I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where will my help come? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not let your foot be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. He who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all evil. The Lord will keep your life. The Lord will keep your going out and your coming in from this time on and forevermore. I remember a story my mom told me one time about when she and my dad were driving out to Colorado for the first time after they got married. It's the first time I believe my mom had ever been that far west. And so as they were going along the eastern plains of Colorado, you eventually start seeing the Rockies starting to rise up on the horizon. And she commented, said, that she'd thought about what it must have been like for people who were traveling west and seeing those for the first time and wondering, how are we going to get across those? And I think there's a lot of times that we get to these points in life where we're looking up at these things that seem insurmountable, like, shall we say, COVID, and wonder, how are we going to get past this? And the poet for today, Beth Richardson, lifted up something in this that, well, it's a new perspective. She writes, I go to the mountains, and I have come home to you, Holy One. Rising up from the flat plains, your peaks live in the clouds, and snow covers you in winter and in summer. Your rocks are dwellings for great and small. Eagle and wren, bighorn sheep and chipmunk, aspen and columbine, all live in harmony under your protection. Your streams of living water dance from the peaks to the prairies, singing the river song of strength and beauty, wearing down boulders and sustaining life. You, Holy One, created the mountains, the skies, the rivers, the creatures, the forests, the grasslands. You created all of life, and you, Holy One, created even me. As I read that poem, it got me reflecting on how sometimes with those hills, those mountains, those difficulties, those COVIDs, it's easy to look at it from the perspective of, how do I just get past this? And maybe part of it is not just looking at the how do we get to the other side, but what will happen to us along the way. What will happen to us as we are ascending, as we are descending, as we are walking along those streams of living water, as we are seeing all that's there even in the midst. And yes, we will come to the other side. But as a good friend of mine, who herself is going through an additionally difficult time as she's fighting cancer, one of the things my friend Lisa would always say as we're talking about difficult periods is just simply say, it's all in there. And it is. And the God of the plains is the God of the mountaintops and the God of the valleys. with us each step of the way. Grace and peace be with you.